Hey, it is Thursday update. Obviously, I'm in my house. I'm not in my office. Also, technically, it's Friday. I didn't record my video, my Thursday update earlier because I try to take off early on Thursdays now to go hang out with my husband. One of the things we've been doing for date nights is like going to a park and hanging out or taking a walk. And because the sun sets so much earlier, you know, gotta leave earlier. And this I can do literally anytime, as evidenced by the fact that it is anytime. It's 12:46 in the morning. So, but yeah, knocked off early. We went to a park near the Columbia River and just watched the sunset over the river and walked around. And then we went into town and got some Italian food and brought it back to our house and ate it, and just like, it was really good. We just like vibed with that food and each other and just like had a great time. And one of the things that I don't know if I would have believed anybody that told me what, like, when I first met my husband, like, I probably would have maybe believed it about him because he was definitely a person I could talk to. But the idea that we are going to be together in December, we'll have been together for 18 years. And except for when, like, my mental health is really taking a hit or his is really taking a hit, like, we can talk to each other for hours, as evidenced by the fact that our date started at 5:30 and just ended like 15 minutes ago. And it's almost 1 in the morning. I just like, so fun. And such a good, just like, disengage. I wasn't thinking about work. I wasn't thinking about money. It's really, really a blessing to be able to do that. That's not something I could always do, was just disengage from work like this, or spend time with my family, or spend time with the people that matter to me. So, on to my intentions for the week. So I had 3 intentions. One was no working before food, no checking my email before food. When I feel the urge to move faster, move slower. And then one was be more mindful about my self-talk. Remember that this negative self-talk is an internalized abusive parent, which I had a realization about that, but we'll get to that after the first 2. No work before food. I've fudged it a couple times. I was like, checking my email, but there was food in front of me that I was about to eat, and then I ate it. So definitely skating lines. I've actually been skating the line. Is that whatever that's called? I've been doing it all week. I've been like sticking to my eating goals, but then I'll have like 15 minutes or 5 minutes to eat, and then I'll eat something, and like technically I'm making it, but I'm doing that shit where I'm like pushing it, and I do not like it. I do not like it. It's clear that it has a correlation to the stress I'm feeling about continuing to do well, and that stress is still there. It's still there. It's less heavy today than it was when I made the video update on Tuesday. I'm way more in acceptance about the fact that I can do the best I can, and I can't control other people, and I can't control the market. And if I beat myself up over my inability to control shit I can't control, then I actually can't control the shit I can control. So, gotta pick. Am I gonna freak out about shit I can't control, or am I gonna get on top of the stuff that I do have influence over? So, that was a long way around to say that I'm also, when I feel the urge to move faster, move slower, I think that's been working because I named it, I was like, I have been feeling this stress and it's making me want to work faster. And actually on Tuesday, I realized that I rushed through my video, which was the opposite thing I wanted to do. And I was like, I should re-record it. And I was like, nope, it's going up. It's warts and all, it's going up. So I think that was like a good sort of like lesson of like, this is why you don't want to rush, because then you end up posting a video that just straight up makes you a hypocrite, like the instant you posted it. So, I think that was good because the rest of the week I really didn't feel that much pressure to rush. That wasn't really there anymore, which is nice. Then, being aware that the negative self-talk is an internalized manifestation of an abusive parent. Fun fact, if you guys, or if y'all gals, NB pals, if you're new to this video series, you may not know that my grandmother died in June, and I inherited all her worldly possessions, which are right here. In fact, actually, that's not all of them. That stack of boxes used to be twice that size. And as I'm going through her things, she was an artist. She actually painted this painting behind my head. As I'm going through her things, that self-talk voice, which is her voice, is every time I make major progress on sorting through her stuff and cleaning it up and figuring out what I'm going to do with it, that voice gets big in my head. And I actually had not put that together until this Wednesday. I was talking with my business coach and I was like, oh my God, I did a ton of work on her stuff this weekend, and then the whole fucking weekend, and on Monday and on Tuesday, her voice is in my head. You know, why aren't you working harder? Why aren't you doing better? Blah, 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 blah. Why aren't you better than you are? And going through her things it brings up a lot of memories and feelings for me. You know, this painting behind my head was actually one of the ones that she did, one of the last paintings she ever did before she died. And if you were to look closely at it, you can see that it's unfinished. But a lot of this stuff that I'm opening up, you know, she raised me, and a lot of the stuff I'm opening up is stuff that was in my childhood home. It was around when certain really super traumatic events happened, and it's coming up, and I feel impatient that I got these boxes in August, that they're still in my house, that I'm still going through them slowly. And I also recognize that there is no expiration date on grief and how one processes that. Neither is there an expiration date on trauma and how one processes that. And in fact, what I know about trauma is that it comes up throughout your life in different ways. And that's one of the ways you process it, is just to go through it and feel those feelings and have that conversation with your child self, or have that conversation with your, you know, sort of like adult brain engaged, or, you know, engage those coping mechanisms or whatever it is that you're called to do at that point. And that is an opportunity for me. And there is no length of time you're supposed to have your abusive dead grandmother's shit in your living room. That could be months, it could be hours, it could be anything. So that is a conversation I'm having with myself, especially amid a global pandemic and while trying to start up a business. Like, get real, self. It's time to be more compassionate with me. So realizing that that's happening, and realizing that I'm trying to power through processing this stuff and the feelings that it brings me, and that is not possible. When I power through this, what ends up happening is I have this sort of emotional backlash that I have to deal with for days afterward. So going at my own pace, reminding myself that I'm human, that I can feel my feelings, that I'm allowed to, is very important. And I wouldn't have been able to get to that conclusion if I hadn't had that intention. So what were your intentions? Did you do them? Did you learn anything? What are your thoughts? Put them down below. Have a weekend.